Piece number 2, Gratitude. Grandfather remarked that the really powerful people are the most modest and the most thankful. I often feel totally humbled in the face of the experience of other people. The other day, I had the opportunity to have lunch with a group of educators. They were a diverse lot and included a math teacher, a violin teacher, an English teacher, etc. I quite naturally struck up a conversation with the language teacher. She had recently volunteered at the Missionaries of Charity in Calcutta. Mother Teresa was the founder and the driving force behind its worldwide expansion. The young woman in the restaurant expressed great gratitude that she had had the opportunity to go and actually give of her time and her energy in the service of others. She was expressing a unique form of gratitude, the knowledge that gratitude is based on the realization that the self gains wisdom by giving to others. This giving is unique because to be pure it must be unconditional. It asks for nothing in return. As Mother Teresa apprises us, the greatest disease in the Western world is not some chronic or fatal physical malady, it is psychological isolation. Many people feel alone and rejected because they experience being unloved. We can pursue material wealth, purchase a large house or a sleek sports car, but this does not alter our isolation. She tells us that this is a unique type of poverty, a poverty of spirituality, a poverty of the soul, if you will. In the East, people are much more inclined to accept the art of conversation and the value of spending time with family and friends. This is a radically different concept relative to the value of life in the West. Eckhart Tolle, the Canadian-German philosopher, remarks, "Most humans are never fully present in the now because unconsciously they believe that the next moment must be more important than this one. But then you miss your whole life, which is never not now. An appreciation of just being alive, the 'I think and therefore I am' of René Descartes, and your deep love for the people around you means that these two concepts are inextricably linked. Both are unconditional. You must learn to truly love yourself. When you give love unconditionally, you are simply grateful that you are able to give. When your mother embraces you, she is grateful that you have grown into a healthy and vibrant human being. She is not, or should not be, expecting something in return. The practice of gratitude, however, is not easy, for we constantly live in the past or in the future, while gratitude requires that we exist in the present, in the now. To quote our above-mentioned philosopher, try this experiment. Be in the present for 60 seconds. Sit in a quiet place and focus on your breathing. Empty your mind and contemplate the moment. When I initially tried this, of my 60 seconds, only 15 were actually free and uncorrupted with other thoughts. It requires practice, I am told. I believe that to really be grateful, I must acknowledge that I am unique and I have special gifts to give the world. With this, I ought to come to the realization that I am not a wage slave if I do not want to be. Work is a concept about extending yourself away from yourself on some type of concrete project. That could be intellectual work or physical work. Whatever task it is, once again, your efforts must be 100% or not done at all, because you damage yourself if you do something halfway. You know yourself if you step into something and it is a good enough job. That is what it appears. And I ask myself, because I'm an old man now, do I want to live a good enough life? And if the answer is yes, tragic. Look at society. There are millions of examples of people who live good enough lives. We do not have to, especially when we are young, especially when we do not have to become wage slaves. The great psychiatrist and philosopher Carl Jung has a thought. One looks back with appreciation to the brilliant teachers, but with gratitude to those who touched our human feelings. The curriculum is so much necessary raw material, but warmth is the vital element for the growing plant and for the soul of the child.